Hey, travelers! It's the year in review. That was 2020, I guess.
Poop.
Poop. Uh, so we'll start off by we'll drink a little beer and then we'll discuss 2020. Because actually, believe it or not, 2020 for us started off pretty good, and just like everybody else, took a big nosedive into the crapper. So let's start off with a little bit of beer. We dropped Christmas presents off over in the Twin Cities the other week,
We were Santa.
and since we were there, we thought we might as well get some beer to go, because
Support.
in Minnesota, that's all you can get anyway, because they've been closed down since November.
Yeah, cause
Yeah, and they're
they
still
were closed and then they were open and now they're closed again.
yeah,
So
really bad deal. Anyway, they're open for outdoor seating, so those that can sit outdoors or that can brave the winter.
well, don't some of them have tents outside too, don't they? Which I think is so weird.
You can't. Nope. No, they
They
outlawed
did
it.
though.
They did.
Yes.
Some of them had like ice shacks and stuff, those kinds of things set up. It was kind of neat. But anyway, Waldman Brewing. That's what we got.
One of our faves
Got a
little places.
Dusseldorf alt beer, and they have to go. They're doing some community supported. I forget what the other letter is. Basically, you buy dinners and stuff from them. Community's helping them out by they're still making food and that kind of thing.
Should we take them on a little tour in our minds of this place?
Yeah. So, and you can look it up on the internet too. You can get a little better idea. So Waldman Brewing actually is not very far away from what I would consider downtown St. Paul.
Yep.
Not too far away from your favorite place. The heck is it called? Why do we always forget what it's called?
What do you mean?
The Italian place.
What do you mean we?
You're drawing a blank now too.
No, I'm not.
What is it?
Starts with a C.
Yeah?
Remember?
No, I don't. I keep drawing a blank on it.
What? Why?
Just say. What is it?
No.
Because you don't remember. It's an Italian place there where you can get food and whatever. Anyway, beyond that, because we're old and we can't remember what it's actually called,
Oh, it starts with a C, but I'll remember it.
just a little ways away from there is Waldman Brewing. Now, the original building from Waldman, I think it was completed 3 months before Abraham Lincoln became president. So that tells you how long that part of the building has been around. I think we've talked about them before. Neat little place.
And when you walk in, there's like a teeny little wood stove in there that they use. And all the tables have leather-bound menus on them, and they have oil lamps on them.
Now, of course, that's when they're open.
Yes.
They're not open except for to go, but or if you want to sit outside. But anyway, we got crawlers to go from them, and then we got crawlers to go from Dangerous Man, and I think that was about it. That was about all we had time for. Anyway.
Because we dropped presents off, and then
Right.
my brother-in-law gave us some of his homebrew.
Mm-hmm.
And limoncello.
Ooh,
I know,
that's
it's
good
very
stuff. So anyway, primarily German beers from Waldman. And I think we've talked about Dangerous Man enough. You probably know what's from them, but we picked up some stuff that we haven't had before, so future episodes. Anyway, beginning of 2020, as far as vlogs go, I don't really remember what we were doing. It's probably this same kind of stuff that we're doing now, and we're looking to change that, by the way. We're going to be new and hip in 2021.
New and hip.
Yeah, hip. Anyway, we started off 2020 really good because we were at the Pablo Center once a month doing our little show there, the Tasting Notes show, and it was actually going really well.
And paired with food.
Yeah, and believe it or not, it was going so well that they wanted to move us into a bigger theater because I guess the want for it, people wanted to come. And whether it probably wasn't Troy and I so much. It was probably more the beer drinking.
And the people you had
and
there for
and
interviews
and the information, and we were interviewing,
Yep.
and it was great. It was a fun time. And then the pandemic happened in March, and actually, I think we were supposed to have our event the week after we got shut down. So we had two whole events, and didn't make a red cent off of them. So, because they refunded the tickets. So that's the kind of stuff that we do here at Taproom Travelers. You know,
Well, COVID sucks for everybody.
COVID sucks for everybody. Yes, and believe it or not, our situation is probably the least of anybody's worries. So that was that, and then we actually got out on the road and we did a live vlog from Chippewa River Distilling and Brewster Brothers over in Chippewa Falls. And it was a decent day. It was kind of raining, but it was a decent day. We got to talk to them about their beer and one of the bartenders that works there, and we got to meet Gary, and it was good times. And we were hoping that the numbers would go down or they would stay the same and people would stop getting sick. However, it didn't happen. So what you saw from us is more sitting in the backyard. And I think weather-wise, we actually lucked out.
Yeah.
I don't think, other than maybe 1 week we got rained out, maybe, even that. But Troy was over here a lot, so we were able to space out in the backyard and his backyard, and that was all going well. And then we live in Wisconsin, so there's snow, and that was 2020. That was, believe it or not, it could have been a hell of a lot more, but that was it. That was all of 2020. So, what do we have on the docket for 2021? Well, being the peasants that we are, we're not really, first in line. Maybe Beth is, because Beth is still working in the salon for a vaccine. So I can send Beth on the road once she gets her vaccine by herself and to do beer interviews. No?
Cut hair, maybe. Beer interviews.
No? Troy works for a distributor. Maybe he'll get it before me. I still work from home, so the chances of me getting it pretty slim. Anyway, once we do get that vaccine, we've been itching to go out like you can't believe. So,
Like all of you, I'm sure.
yeah, like all of you at home, or wherever you're watching us. I know we have a couple truck drivers that watch us whenever they can, and there again, we appreciate all of you for watching this show. And as little entertaining as it has been over the last year, we realize that you guys like to see us on the road and see different things that we get to see. And believe me, it's been just as disappointing on this side of the camera as it has been on that side. So we certainly do look forward to going back out on the road again, because that's why we started this whole thing. And we wouldn't be called Taproom Travelers if we didn't like to go out on the road. So, right? Cassettas. Good job.
Been sitting here thinking this
Dang
whole
Italian
time.
names.
Delicious. And you can still get food to go from there, which has been really nice.
Right. And actually, you can get food to go and beer to go from all those places over in the Twin Cities. Now you're probably saying, well, Landon, why don't you support Wisconsin beer?
Oh, we do.
And we do. But we haven't been shut down. Once the restrictions got lifted, limited capacity, it stayed at limited capacity, but all the places that have wanted to be open can still be open. Now, there are some places here that choose not to be. Those of you, apparently more widely known now throughout the U.S., Brewing Project is only 3 miles away from where we live.
Yep.
They chose not to be open as of like a month and a half ago, roughly about the same time that Minnesota shut down again. They chose to keep their tap room closed for for what they said was safety, and that's their choice.
And just distribute. Because
Yep.
I think it's because they can't have people be out. They had everybody that was outside up on top of their roof is what they were doing, and I don't think they feel comfortable having people inside, so they just chose to not be open.
And that's their choice.
Yep.
Just like everything else, that's their choice. Modicum also chose not to. Modicum's a smaller brewery that's probably about the same distance away that Brewing Project is, just in the opposite direction. But they have a way smaller tap room, and I think with the seating restrictions, they may be able to get, 15 in there? Something like that, comfortably.
Yeah.
So they chose to close down as well. However, all the other breweries in the area are remain open. Some are very good about sanitation and spacing and masks and and all of that. I can I'll give the Eau Claire / Altoona breweries a thumbs up. They've been doing a good job about all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get outside of Eau Claire,
just never know.
Menominee's fine. Menominee's great. There's some other ones that, So, and for the people that live there, if that works for them, whatever. They're just, I'm not going to be there. So
we've just been sticking to go beer and
for the most part, I would say, the times that we have gone into a place, we sit outside. Or if it's as big as Lazy Monk, you can easily go off into a corner, and you're really far away from anybody else. So yeah, I mean maybe further. So that part's been nice. And it's still been weird. It's still weird to go into a place. You still see people, and believe it or not, as crazy big and scary and ugly as I'm a hugger, and I haven't been able to hug anybody since March.
Anyone?
So she doesn't count. Neither do the kids. So yeah, it's been tough. It's been tough on everybody, and even those of us that it doesn't seem like maybe it would be tough on. So we have some not concrete plans in the works. There's a few places that we wanted to really go to before this whole thing started, and we were in the process of getting in contact with people and reestablishing connections, some that we had established, in 2019.
A relationship with.
Yeah, and then COVID happened, and we just kind of, rather than reaching out to them and doing the Zoom thing or the Google Meets or whatever online, it's just it's not our group. It's not our group thing.
Nope. It'll be better in person.
The one thing, the one thing that I will tell you, and I've talked about it on this show before, was Badger Beer Hour.
Mm-hmm.
That is a virtual thing, at least for now. So I was fortunate to be a part of that. And that's once a month. You can still watch it on this channel. We actually broadcast it live on this channel every third Wednesday of the month. So some great interviews on there, beer news from Wisconsin. Even if you're not from Wisconsin, if you want to know more about Wisconsin craft beer, it's a great place to tune into. So thankful that I get to be a part of that. So
I have a question.
Yeah.
Any beers that you want to say were high on the list this last year that you thoroughly enjoyed and maybe very much remember because you very much enjoyed them?
Yeah, that's a good question. I can give you two answers to that. I have enjoyed more lately than in the past Surly beer. A lot of the beers that they've come out with lend themselves better to my palate than they did in the past. A lot of the new ones that they've come out with. So I'm pretty happy with those. And then, let's see. I would say Not anything in particular because, it's hard for me to pick out one favorite. Umbibulous in Altoona is still churning out some really good beer. Yeah. And they just turned one in July, I think. They just had their 1-year anniversary. And they're still putting out some really good stuff. I think I saw today they just put out a new one. Was it German beer? Some kind of German. I'll have to look again. Piqued my interest anyway. So, yeah. I would say if it was a non-COVID year and a non-shutdown, we could go anywhere we kind of want to kind of year, I would say there would have been a lot more. And I think even from a brewery standpoint, there are a lot of breweries that had plans to do some big stuff and just didn't because... Now, there's the exception to that because Dangerous Man is still doing the same stuff that they were doing in the past because their crowler sales are so, sky high. They're selling out every day, practically.
They still have done bottle releases and
and the for whatever reason the bottle releases haven't been going as well for them. The only upside to that is I was able to get my hands on the last 2 bottles that they released. So we'll have those on the show at some point too. But yeah, and as far as 2021 and whether we're going to do the Pablo thing again, I really have no idea. They've been shut down and they're hurting just like the rest of us. So I think if we don't go back there, I would like to try it with some other place. Probably not our backyard. I don't know if we're going to get beer reps to come to our backyard.
It'd be fancy
it's fine, but I don't think it's that great.
We'll see.
No offense. Anyway.
If his wife's going to cook pizza, they may
come. We've been going on for long enough. So, I'm going to dig up Troy, and hopefully next week we can find a place that we can do this from.
He's apparently a lot better than me. But I had an idea of going to Lazy Monk and doing it there.
Yeah, that was my idea too. So we'll see if that works out for next week. But more than anything, we want to thank all of you for tuning in. Those of you that comment every week, those of you that give us a like, those of you that share us with other people. The good news is we're over 900 subscribers now. So somebody must be doing something out there. And whoever it is, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you for watching every week. And even if it's every other week and you just catch up and you binge, thanks for that. We appreciate it. We appreciate all of you. More than anything, we want to wish you a happy new year and a very healthy and happy new year. We pray that all of you are healthy and that you're doing well out there and that we can get a beer with one or all of you sometime in the near future. So from all of us, including Troy, who's not here, and he's still alive, I think so, anyway. We will see you in the new year, 2021. Prost.
Prost.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, you can click down below where there's some more episodes for you to watch. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on episodes that you do watch. We hope to see you next time.